just gonna do like a really good warm up and cool down, and we're added one more exercise in. So basically I want to start with a warm up. We want to do scarecrows. Do you remember scarecrows?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Basically, no weight. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff on my knees, everybody, but I want you standing for this. It's just so I can stay in the frame longer. So hands at 90 degrees, which is basically elbow in line with the shoulder, and side view would be like that. We are going to rotate down and then back into external rotation, which is just like bringing your arm up, but we want to keep our elbows level at our shoulders. And just pause here for a sec when you bring your hands up to here. That's where you want to pause. Kind of squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit. Do that like 10 to 15 reps. But go. Yes, that's fine. I'm just keeping it a little more simple today. But there's another variation chat we're doing is like a little bit of a chest squeeze. So I would go here and then into the scarecrow. Do that about 10 or 15 times. See, we got mom in here, mom and dad's in here. What's up? My boy Kyle's in here. Yep. So, we're gonna do, sometimes it takes a sec to like go live. Then we got to do cat-cow pose. 3 times. And then we go right into downward dog. So 3 reps up through cat, down to table, which is basically cow, and then back into downward dog. You're going to hold it in downward dog for about 15 seconds. Then you go back out and you'll do it again. 3 reps. So on the floor. Yeah, so you're going to be right here. This is called table or cow pose. And we want to go exhale as you go up. Inhale as you go up, Really feel that stretch in your thoracic spine. Push through your palms so that your top of your back goes up, and then push back down to table again as you exhale. And this should be like done really nice and easy. We're just trying to like get everything warmed up. Really good for your lower back and thoracic spine. So we do that 3 times. You can do a couple more if you want, but I'm just going to do 3 for simplicity. I could do 5 to 8 more if I wanted to. But then I'm going to go up to plank, pretty much right into downward dog. And if you all aren't familiar with this or don't want to do it, you don't have to. But Laura's very familiar with my workouts, so she can do it pretty much most things. But I want to push.
I didn't like. Okay, got it.
Yep, and I'm going to hold that 15 seconds. I'm trying to push my butt back. Feel a little stretch in the hamstrings and all the way into the quad. The calves. Sorry. And then when I come back down, just return back to table for a sec. If that's a lot of upper body work for y'all, give yourself a break like this. But Laura and I are just gonna keep going with it. If you need me to slow down, just let us know on the chat. Just put in a comment, say, I'm a little behind. But we're going to do this 2 more times, Laura. Did you already do it twice?
Just you go ahead. Tell me what I'm doing. That's fine.
So, 1 more time for us.
Okay.
Up here. Exhale down. Inhale up. I like to keep my head down too. When I do this, I just always have to face the camera so it doesn't look like I do that. And then I'm going to go into downward dog. Really push up, get to a strong plank. Then go into downward dog. You see that? And it doesn't have to be crazy. I want a light stretch, everybody, because we're just warming up. Because this can get intense the farther back you go. So if it's too intense, just back off a little bit. But I can go right about here and it's really good for even your lower back. Would you agree, Kian?
I do agree.
Like downward dog, and I'm gonna go back through. So, if you're just tuning in, we basically did a shoulder exercise, and then we did that. Next, we're gonna go to the Russian twist. We're not gonna do it during the workout today, Laura, because we're just doing it as a warm up to get the rotation of the spine. So let's go right into it. Russian twist. I want you to have like your 10-pounder or something. 15 is cool. Whatever you got. Chat, I would probably say like 5 or 10 because I'm telling you, you're gonna not need that much. But one change, Laura, that's good form there. I want you to do a press in just so we get a little bit more. But you're gonna do less reps. I want like 10 reps, side to side, 1 press. And if y'all are using a dumbbell or don't have a thing, you can just like skip it, or just use your hands. It'll still work the core a lot more than just doing a traditional.
You can use a
Russian
dumbbell.
Yeah, you could use like something just random, like a 2-liter or whatever. This is only a 5-pound weight, but I've done this workout 3 times today, so I have a little bit of a break.
You know, a full water
But
jug.
keep
anything.
y'all. I'm gonna go to the side. If y'all can't bring your feet up, I want you to keep them down. Like, I want your heels to be in the ground. Just lean back. That's gonna engage your core. Rotate all the way. Work the lateral spine. And with the press, it's like press up.
Make sure to breathe.
No weights for me. So Jill, you can do all of this, with like low weight, and I'll say the weights are everything. That one, I do the Russian twist without weight, and it's still gonna work. Trust me, because you're working like a lot of your
But
your
slow
spine and everything,
and
but slow and
controlled.
controlled.
Yep.
All right. Nice.
Yep, you don't need weight. Yep.
So that's really the end
Nice
of the
and easy.
warm up. It's kind of short, but especially if you're just tuning in, but that hits all the stuff that I need us to hit. Plus, we're gonna take the first session through this, the actual workout, a little slow, so everyone knows what's up. If you can't do it, just skip it. Go to the next one. Before you get too far behind. Laura, we're gonna go 45 seconds, right? For each one. 45 seconds of work, guys. Squat to press is first. I want you to use like your 8s, Laura. And I want a wide stance. For chat, I would say like 3 to 5 pounds if you haven't worked out like this in a while.
Or you don't need any weight.
You don't need any weight because you're gonna be feeling it in the legs. The press is just added so that we work more of the full body in one motion. So, all right. Just to demonstrate before we start it, here, and then I press up. And I'm gonna start my watch, Laura. You ready?
Okay.
You can use soup cans. You can use, jugs of 2 liters.
Okay, and go. I'm a little behind, but I still got the clock going. Wide stance, toes slightly out is how I like to stand, everybody. Because the more narrow you are, first of all, the harder it's going to be to engage your hamstrings, this part right here. Because the more narrow you are, the more you have to like really push back, and then you're more tendency to forward lean. So keep a little wider stance, like a ready position, toes slightly turned out, barely anything. That just opens up your hips more. And bring the weights down before you go back up to another, before you go back down to another squat. Okay, switch. So next we're gonna go bicep curl. Real simple. However, I want you guys to think, when I come up to here, I rotate up a little bit with my pinky so that we get that contraction, and then slow on the way down. Do not rush these, please.
And you don't need weights. You can use bands. You can use weights. You can use bands.
Bands are actually awesome for it. I have 5 pounds here because I use 5 pounds for everything, just for simplicity for me. For you guys and everything. Sometimes I bump up, but plus I have a shoulder injury that I'm nursing.
But bands,
So.
all you would do is place the band under one of your foot. If you wanted more resistance, use 2. And just nice, slow, controlled movement.
Sorry, Laura, we got off on a weird start, but I'll get us back on track. Can you see me okay, Laura? Can you see me okay?
Oh yeah.
Alright, then we're going to switch. Next we're going to go reverse crunch. Now this is supposed to be, the second round everyone's going to go quicker because we're going to kind of already see this. I have to explain each one a little bit, but I'm going to try to do it quickly. Best way to hit the lower core. I want y'all to have a flat back. If you can do it on the couch if you want, but you can also put something on your neck like a towel. Have your neck down and your back flat. Now, feet start on the ground, but I like to raise them up here. I want y'all neck flat, but I'm going to lift up so you can hear me. Hands aren't going to do much work. Knees slightly bent. Important is just this little bit of a tuck. Really tightens my core. Hold it there, breathe. Lower down slowly. Let's get like 12 of those. If you only want to do 8 really slow and that feels really good, like it burns, stop there, that's fine. I need to do about like 15 of them. But really it's 45 seconds, but it's whatever you can do. It's going to be progressing. So, let's go. See, even I was going a little fast. See, that was a bad example.
Slow.
It's really hard. It's really easy to go too fast. You really want to get that tuck with your knees up there, right here. Slow on the way down.
Another reason why you want to go slow. More time under tension, more workout.
Okay, break, Laura. If y'all want to finish up, you can stop there, or you can finish up a couple more reps. Next, we're going to stay on the ground. If you're on the ground, if you're on a couch, you kind of need to get on the ground, you can use a bench or a ball. Laura's got a bench, I have a floor. Dumbbell press, 5 to 10 pounds. I wouldn't do too much more unless you're a guy and you have a lot of experience with dumbbell pressing. Otherwise, I just would go less because you got 45 seconds.
You can use 3 pounds. You can use 2 pounds. So whatever you need to do. You can use bands.
So, don't be all the way up here. It's a better angle. With your elbows, bring them in a little bit. 45 degrees. Pause at the top. Squeeze your chest. Slow on the way down. I don't like that angle. This is probably better. Pull y'all abs in a little bit so that you engage your core. And just exhale, inhale.
Breathe out on the hardest part. So breathe out when you're pushing up. Breathe in when you're coming down.
Alright. Go ahead and switch, Laura. Next, we're going to stand up. We're going to do Romanian deadlift. Now this one is really important. I want everyone to do it. No weight is fine, but I would have 10 pounds, 5 pounds. I'm going to have 2 5-pound dumbbells. That's what I'm going to have Laura and everyone use. If you don't have it, you can do the motion without it. Just follow our technique. You'll still feel the hamstrings. All right. Laura knows what she's doing, so I'm going to let her go. Go ahead, Laura.
Wow. I guess.
And then I'm not squatting here. It's a hinge, right? I'm pushing my hips back. I'm lowering these like just to like the mid part of my shin, but that's just because I'm not like super tall. So my back becomes flat right about there. But I'm not going forward like that's a no-go right there. You want to really feel your hamstrings like stretch. My knees are slightly bent, not locked out. Do not lock them
You
out.
want to keep your back though on a nice straight
And
position.
again, I always say this, pull in the core. So Laura, you're going to be up in 1 sec. I'm going to give a couple more reps in. This is for everybody.
You can use bands.
And I also pull my hips in when I get here to push them back out. But yes, you can use bands. I wish we had like another camera angle for to see Keaton. Alright, so
Do a band on the side over here.
next we're going to go, this one's going to be a really tough one. I want y'all to like do it slow. I have to do it fast for the high intensity part. Laura is going to do it about medium. She doesn't like these either. And we didn't do them yet. We're going to do a mountain climber, Laura. So plank position. But we want to try to get as far as you can to 45 seconds. If you have to stop and break 3 times during it, that's okay. Breathe, go slow. It's going to work your core. Keep your back straight. Now let me just...
Can you move back a bit?
I've tried. This is the best I can get because you guys need to see me on the floor.
Move the camera back a little bit. Like
You can try, but
I'll try this one time.
to get the floor is more important. So I always try to be on the floor.
Alright.
So biggest thing with this plank position, if y'all can't do a plank, then I would just hold and work on a plank. If you can't hold it for more than like 30 seconds. But I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna pull in a little bit to my abs when my knee comes in, and then I'm gonna bring it back, make sure I'm back on that toe, rotate to the other side. But I'm gonna do it a little faster. I want y'all to go slow. Y'all are gonna start like this. Squeeze, just breathe each rep. But I'm gonna do it a little faster, okay? See if we can do it. Ready, Laura?
It wasn't getting your full body on the spot, sorry.
Keep your back straight, butt down. Your butt's gonna want to raise up. And we wanna try to not do that. So if y'all are doing it slow, keep your butt down because you'll eventually wanna get like this because you get tired. It's because your core and everything's getting worked. Slow it down. And do like that. My version is just really in high intensity. Okay, go ahead and take a break, Laura. Sorry I left you long there. And then we're gonna do 3 more peeps, and then we basically go back through. But we'll do a minute rest, recap, maybe a little longer. And then we're gonna just hit it the second round right away. Lateral raises, take like a 3 to 5 pound weight. Okay? And if y'all have shoulder problems and you can't raise it up, I wouldn't recommend doing it with weight at all. But if if it feels okay with the light weight, I just want y'all to pause at the top. Breathe with every rep.
Sorry, just gonna make it better. If I can get it underneath there.
You can go just above right here. It's just gonna engage a little bit more of your upper back muscles, trapezius, your traps, rhomboids and stuff, postural muscles. But mainly you want to keep tension on the side of our shoulder. Really the only way you're gonna work them properly and isolate them is to do this exercise.
Sorry, I'm trying to get you the best I can.
No, it looks good. The lighting looks really good.
Well, I'm just trying to...
Shout out to my assistant Keen Cairns right here. My roommate is killing it. Plus it's hot Schnikes in here. And break, everybody. We're gonna go tricep kickback. So sort of like the Romanian deadlift position. However, I'm not gonna be as low. But you see this? I'm not squatting, I'm just slightly hinging back, and I'm not flat-footed. And then I pull in my core. So here, my mom knows these for sure. I taught her these at home and she liked them. Hold it back here though, and we'll get the full 45 seconds. Ready? So like, I only have 5 pounds here, and it doesn't seem like enough, but 45 seconds worth of it, I promise you.
Biggest thing is keeping that upper arm straight.
Yeah, there's no swinging here.
If you start using that upper arm, you're using your shoulder. You don't want that.
And you don't have to have your head down, you can have your head up.
Yep.
It's just me. It helps me rest my neck a little bit. It's just a neutral position.
A lot of times it helps keep your back straight too.
Yeah, you're gonna follow like with your head sometimes. So
The head down can also make you arch your back from the wrong way. So
okay. So last one, seated bent over row. Now, if y'all have a chair, I want you to use a chair or end of the bench. You can do the bent over row. Can you get in here and demonstrate the bent over row with
band.
just a regular one? Yeah.
Right.
Now, RDL position again, kind of same position with the legs we had. He's using a band, but we're gonna use dumbbells. He's gonna hinge back, hold that position, and he's gonna pull with his lats and his upper back muscles up. Now, that's if you're doing a bent over row. You can also do it seated, like on the edge of a seat, pull up, have your back flat. Okay, let's try it. That's gonna engage our back muscles and everything. All right.
can have palms facing behind you. You can have palms facing each other.
There you go, Laura. Yep, right there, Laura. That's good. And remember when I was saying pausing, like pause at the top here because we really want to like use those right back muscles, not just pulling with your arm. It's really trying to lock this out. And if you're doing it like seated, it would kind of be like on the edge of your seat. You're gonna pull straight up, pull back a little bit like that. That helps just isolate it if your lower back can't hold that position too long. Alright, so then we're going to do a quick break here. Get caught up. No, I said 7:15, but that's fine, babe. We started late anyways. Paige just joined in. Alright, so everyone get a quick water. I know I need water. I'm talking way too much, and it's freaking hot in here. Good job, Laura. Thanks for going extra. You did like 2 sets there. So now, if everyone understands all the exercises, we're going to go faster, but it doesn't mean the reps are faster. The reps are set at like around 45 seconds or 15 to 20 reps.
Not gonna explain as much.
Yeah, I'm just not going to explain it as much because I don't want to lose time. I'm trying to get through 3 rounds of this, so. Are you ready, Laura? If y'all don't understand it or something doesn't feel right, just like chat and then Ian will check it out. We're going to start with squat to press. And go. Wide stance. Press up to the sky.
You can use bands.
But make sure you get those hips back. Quality squat. You'll see me load my hips, slow down. I'll press a little high. I'll explode a little more when I go up. Right? A modification for this one would be like, well, for one, don't use a lot of weight. You could just pull the weight and just like work on your squat if you don't have a good squat. I've also had people, older people, like I'll have them hold a chair out in front of them, a sturdy chair, and they just work on this. So that works too. So then we're gonna switch because that's the timer. Gotta work that time. We're gonna go right into bicep curl. Let's do it. There's not supposed to be much rest. Keep the heart rate up. Slow reps though. If you want to get a little more core into it, you can do it in a half kneel. But it's also just better so you guys can see me.
The big thing is keep that forearms nice and straight.
Yeah, and remember I kind of curl the pinky up a little higher than the thumb. Only at the top. It helps lock out your bicep. It really does. And 10 seconds. Nice work, everybody. I wish I could see y'all. That'd be freaking awesome. But I'm not that tech savvy yet. But we got 5 years, so someone's getting a workout. Alright, that's it. I know. So then we're going to go reverse crunch. That's on the ground or on a couch.
That's you.
Yeah, he ain't going to be doing abs today. But you can add in stuff because I'm going to try not to say too much. And you guys can go. What I will say is pause at the top, please, and like think about pulling in your core. Breathe. If it hurts, if this hurts your guys' back, don't go too low. Do a restricted range of motion. So let's say here to here, and that's all you can do. That's okay. I'm totally fine with that. What we're trying to do here is not do a leg lift because that's more hip flexors. We're trying to work extension, flexion. That's good there. I just didn't get the timer going, sorry. Then we're gonna go dumbbell press. You pretty much stay on the ground, grab 5 to 10 pounds. 3 would be fine too, if you wanna go lighter. We'll do 45 seconds.
You can use bands too.
Yep. So, you wanna demonstrate this one?
No, you can, they can
All right,
just.
and go. Now, elbows at 45-degree angles. Don't flare out your elbows like this. you want to pull them in, have them just outside your nipple line if your nipples are in the correct place.
And you don't have to do it lying down. You can do it
Yeah.
standing up.
I
So
just-
using bands standing up.
Yeah, you can press. That's actually a
This
really
one's a
good
little.
variation.
This band's a little tough to do it, but
Yeah, that's actually a really good variation. He's going to be coming to the middle just like me, like exploding through and squeezing the chest. Not just working shoulders. We're going to work the chest and the triceps. And that's going to be switch time. Plus, there's also probably a 10-second delay, I think, on the stream. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
well, they won't really make a difference, I guess.
Remaining deadlift. So remember, everybody, we're going to be hinging that. My mom says, I want Keenan's shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got it from some college store.
Oh,
down
okay.
here.
So, are you ready, Laura? Let's go.
Yeah.
I like how everybody calls me Keenan.
Sorry if you're waiting. Push your hips back. Back flat. I've always been, always had this in my routine. I do it multiple times a day. Laura knows I've hammered the RDLs with her. We do it every time. Some sort of hamstring work, every workout. Oh, Susan. What's up? Susan did a lot of RDLs. This is my other client, Susan Hayes. She loves RDLs. They're really awesome. You really want to feel it in the back of the legs.
You can use bands.
Keep
for
the
it.
weight super close to your body. I forgot to say that. Keep your weight. Do not go too far away from
If
your
you want
body.
to almost scratch your knee with your weight.
Yeah, that's why I like the dumbbells, because you can caress them right here.
oh,
the
wait.
band,
Oh,
it's really
RDLs,
nice.
Sorry, RDLs. Messed that one up.
They help with tight hips. Thank you, Susan. They help tremendously for tight hips when you're sitting all day. She's a runner. Anyone really can have tight hip flexors from us always going forward, always doing stuff and not doing the right workouts and
That
stuff.
last one's bad form on my end.
All right, mountain climber. Can't do it fast. That's okay. I'll start off fast. Now I'm gonna slow it down just to show you guys both ways. How did that go with you, Laura? I didn't see yours last time.
It was alright. I don't know if my arms are out.
Okay, ready? Let's go. So, if you're doing it fast, I'm almost sliding a little bit on the ground just because my ankle is also being nursed.
Looking.
But
Big Les. See his
I
comment.
can't really.
So he's working out and eating
So if you're going
McDonald's.
slow, just hold. You gotta hold it there a little more when you're going slow. Don't let your guys' butt rise too much.
Hey, just because you eat McDonald's doesn't mean it's unhealthy.
I gotta go back.
You get that grilled chicken snack wrap.
And believe it or not, that actually is gonna work your spine, your lower back, like your middle of your spine, and a lot of your core. Yeah, a little of the leg muscles, but we're similar to leg lift. We're like pulling in, getting that tightness with your abs. All right, we're gonna slow down, catch our breath. We're gonna do lateral raises, 3 to 5 pounds to start.
Even 1 pound is okay for some people.
I'm working out and eating McDonald's. What's up, Laz?
I told him, I was
That's
like,
my buddy Laz.
well, you can eat McDonald's as long as you get the right stuff. You know, grilled chicken,
And go.
lettuce wrap. You know what I'm saying? You can use a band. It's nice and easy.
Whew. I'm hit that speaker. Yeah, again, sometimes I do it in a half kneel if I, for one, can stay in the screen for my people, but also it works a little more core. So I'm not fully kneeled, I just got one leg up, it's got a half kneel. Little pause at the top here, everybody. It's really important. Keep your arms straight and no swinging. If you swing, it completely defeats the purpose of this exercise, because you're meant to isolate the side of the shoulder. I'm gonna do one more. That's the timer. Bam. So we're gonna go tricep kickback. What you gotta do is kind of get an RDL position. I have a more narrow stance. You can go wider if you don't feel like it's comfortable. But that allows me to push my hips back more. So right here, but I'm not as leaned over as like the RDL.
The more
What?
forward bent you do, though, the more against gravity you're gonna get those weights. It is a difficult.
Yes, that's the thing. Like if I'm down here, I'm gonna be feeling it a lot more, but you're also gonna be feeling it in your lower back, and your core has to work harder, which is not a bad thing.
And
It's
this
gonna
one
be rough with all the other stuff we're doing.
And this one you can do with bands.
The
So
band one's really cool. Go ahead and
This
take
one,
over.
hold it like that. Hold it out front with one, and just extend back.
And light to medium band.
Yeah, you don't want this one. You're gonna feel in your tricep.
Yeah, so that's a great one. Get the back of the arms. In a second here, we're gonna go to seated bent over row, or if you did it standing last time, we're gonna do a bent over row. Okay? So, are you with us, Laura? Or you still gotta finish those? We can wait for you. We're good.
Ready?
Cool. All right. So I'm gonna do the bent over row. Go ahead and start. So now you have to be lower. Really push your hips back. You're gonna rely on your hamstrings a lot here.
You want to keep your back straight.
Because like he said with the triceps, we're trying to fight gravity. If you're doing it like this, it's like shoulders, and it's not what I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to work lats. The major muscle groups are your back. And we're not pulling hard with our biceps and forearms either. I kind of have a light grip. The bands, I actually really like it with bands too. You can use bands for pretty much anything, but this one's really fun. You just have to have the right kind of band, and usually the longer ones work pretty well. And I don't pull straight up. I'm actually swinging back a little bit, and that's what you want. You're gonna lock out this lat here. Okay. All right, so let's break. We're gonna take a minute and do another one because I want to keep y'all's heart rate up. Then we're gonna cool down and just probably call it after that, just so that it's not too crazy, because this is a sort of a more advanced workout. Even though I'm trying to keep it slower, it is high intensity, especially if you guys haven't been working out regularly. And if it's too easy, then you can bump it up and make it harder on yourself, and you can like message me and stuff, and I can tell you how to make it harder. Basically, less rest periods. And hydrate. I always try to take a sip or two. Don't chug it. I mean, even though you're like, you just want to take small ones. All right, Laura, you good? You good? Want to do another one? All right. We're going to start with squat to press, everybody. Paige, don't be slacking off. Just kidding, unless your back hurts. Then you can slack off. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. We got freaking 10 viewers. I've never had 10 viewers in my life.
Who's Cordeline?
Oh, what's up? What's up, girl?
What is
She's from Haley's channel that I was watching earlier. All right, squat to press. Let's start the clock.
Oh, okay.
If y'all just tuning in, you can kind of jump in. You'll miss all my cues, but you can watch the video for all my cues. Keen can say a couple if he wants. I'm just gonna keep the tempo.
What am I doing?
If you want to add just a cue, some
just-
coaching cues
I'll
for the new people that just came in, because they missed like.
Just nice and slow, all the movements. You don't need to use weights for a lot of things if you don't have to. If you don't feel like you need it.
And don't forward lean too much. If you need a lower, if you feel like when you squat you forward lean, that's a huge problem with squats. But a lot of people have that problem. Don't squat as low, and just hold it instead. So let's say modification real quick. I would go to here, hold it, but push back. Don't go knees forward. That's a no-go. Push back here. Maybe that's all you can do. That's all right. You still should have been repping them
Hey,
out.
look at my form.
What is happening? I love it. So then we're gonna go to bicep curl. If the audio's too loud, let me know. Let's go. You with us, Laura? Oh yeah, she's good. Now I'm in the camera. Did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it a while ago.
I'm so used to like us being at the computer, so
Not
you don't have to have it so
Well, it was
close.
it was just not getting the ground when you were doing some of the things, so we got it though.
So another thing I didn't say, if y'all like started with too light of a weight, that's okay. Just keep doing more reps, and you can maybe bump up 2 or 3 pounds or something.
Yep. You can
because I'm using 5s. I just do really good. I do really good form, and I can feel them a little bit when I'm done.
Yeah, I'm just using medium bands here. Like I said, if you want to make it harder, you can always spread your feet apart, make the bands stretch more. Want it
Slow.
easier, take one leg out.
Slow on the way down. A little pause at the top. The longer you pause, the more it forces it to contract at the top there. So the more you'll feel it. You'll end up doing less reps, but you'll get more of a burn, and that's better than this. This kind of stuff I don't like because you're just using momentum. It's physics. You know, you're just not using the muscle correctly. All right, that's enough of that. We're going to go to reverse crunch. For y'all that are just tuning in, you're going to lie on your back or something like that. And do these slowly as well. Now,
you can lie on a bench, you can lie on the
yeah,
floor.
I just the only thing I have right now is a floor. I do them on my couch. Really nice for your back. For people that have like back problems and stuff like that.
A yoga mat would be
A
ideal.
yoga mat's pretty
on the
sweet.
ground.
I'm like too lazy to buy one apparently. I just like this nice real tree mat. So we're gonna start right now. Sorry if you already went, Laura. You can just rest until we get to the next one.
No, she can't rest. She has to
Well, we do 4, so she's already got a really good workout in. So even there, I was going a little too fast, guys. I'm sorry. That was a bad example.
Yep. No.
So slow.
In control.
I'm like a trainer, and I went to school for this, and I still have to tell myself to slow down. Our body wants to take the path of least resistance, you know. But to really work your core and to really get strong abs, you got to do stuff like this. It's not the most fun, but the holding right here, tucking the abs in, slow on the way down is best. If it kind of hurts a little bit on your back, don't go as low. Do a limited range of motion. I've done it with people that can, like 9-year-old people that can barely, you know, work out in the gym. They came to me and I had them do like little stuff like this, just holding their legs up. You have to work your core.
One of the easiest core workouts you can do is just slowly lean back in a chair. Slowly lean back and use your core to stabilize yourself. Slowly lean back, stabilize yourself.
Dumbbell press on the ground. If you have a bench, go ahead and use it. If you have a stability ball, I won't have you do that today because I would want to check your form, because you want to like have your hips up. You don't want to sag your hips down. So I would prefer you do it on the floor. And next time, I don't have a ball, otherwise I'd be doing it on the wall. Okay, and you guys can begin if you didn't already.
In this one, you don't have to do lying down if you have a band. You can actually do it standing up. As I demonstrated last time.
Make sure you're in there.
What?
Make sure you're in there.
Yeah, no. So, standing up. Stand forward.
Slow on the way down. Control it on the way down. Or, in his case, close when your arms come closer to you. Squeeze the chest. You want to push through the middle. No, don't just push straight forward. You're pushing in the middle. And you're not over your chin or your sternum. You're like at your sternum. Nipple line. It's like they're just outside the nipple, okay? If you still don't have a burn, you can do a couple more reps, or you can stop there. We gotta go.
Video cord went down just a little.
It's because we're moving around.
Okay.
It's set up for me to be closer to it. It's not like an action cam, unfortunately. But then we go to remaining deadlift. Okay. And appreciate y'all tuning in. 11 viewers. Thanks, Cordelia. I appreciate you coming in.
Too much down.
You can message me on Discord and stuff if you have questions on workout. All right, let's do it. Almost done, Laura, I promise.
He's lying.
Well, just the intervals have been off. I've been doing a bad job keeping her intervals. She kind of knows how we do things. It's like, 20 reps if we're not keeping time. But for everyone else, I've been trying to keep it, and hopefully they're moving with me.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing a bad job of that, y'all. I'm sorry. It's my first time actually doing this live with a live client and everything. It's been fun, though. I've been freaking feeling good. Got a couple more seconds. Push your hips back. You can pause a little bit at the bottom. You're just going to feel a lot more in your hamstrings. But make sure you don't have a rounded back here. That's the worst thing you could do there. So you might as well not even do it. You gotta do it correctly. Keep that back straight, and really reach down, push your hips back. It's not a squat.
You just put a lot of pressure on your lower back if you don't have it straight.
Yes. All right, now the fun one, mountain climber. Once again, if you can't do it my speed, please don't. I don't recommend it. But for people that can do the higher intensity, that's good to show them that. And then I'll slow it down in the middle. Okay? Plank position. Let's do it, Laura. I'll go on you this time. I'll start when you start, okay? That's what I should have been doing. I should have started on Laura every time.
Yeah. It's alright. It's alright.
Ready? And let's do it. So, plank position. And that's even like kind of medium. I was going faster yesterday, but slower. You want to be just really controlled. This is going to work your abs really well still. The key is keep your back straight. And you get this little bit of tuck there. My butt, like I just get that little bit of flexion into extension. And you tuck your core in. Push back out. Keep your back straight. We're going to want to do this, but try not to. If you have to set yourself up,
and if you do,
and rest for a sec because it hurts your hands, please do that. Give your wrist a break.
And if you do it nice and slow, you do that tuck, just kind of really squeeze on the core.
Yeah, like
focus on the core. If you want to do it faster,
if we were standing,
faster, but like I said, really kind
it's like that.
Contract your stomach.
If that helps, like. So then we're gonna go lateral raises, Laura. And then we got 2 more after that. We'll do a small cool down. And me and you we'll talk after.
If you can't do it, just ignore it. That's alright. We'll skip to the next one.
So, I know, Paige, you probably can't, but I told you before that, or let's start it. Sorry, everybody. That if you couldn't do it, just don't. We can do it modified for you because she's got back issues.
A modified version would be laying on your back and doing more of a bicycle kick with crunching at the same time.
Oh yeah, well I already told her not to do the modified though.
Don't.
I told her not to do that.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. Because that's no go.
Don't worry about it.
This one, a good variation I have people do. Start out front, chest a little bit forward, and then up. You actually get a little bit more of your rotator cuff, but still don't swing. That's a little more tricky because this one we're just standing straight up. They're both really good.
You want to use really light weight on this one.
Super light. And a little pause at the top is going to get you that better burn in the proper area.
Nice and slow, controlled.
Because the more I hold that, the more it's going to burn. So that's just a good tip. If you hold it longer, you probably end up doing less reps.
Try 22 in here.
Tricep kickbacks.
222.
Hey, what's up, Death Eater? Thanks for tuning in, bud. Work it, baby girl. Ah! Yes. So tricep kickbacks. You ready, Laura?
Yep.
Lighter weight than you guys think, honestly. I'm using 5 pounds, but I just been doing that so I don't have to keep switching weights. 10 pounds is getting up there. You can do that, but if you can't last the whole 45 seconds with going slow, I would go less weight.
In there.
30 seconds. If you can only last 30 seconds while doing the exercise, like go down a little bit. I see people swing around 20s and 15s in the gym, and it always pisses me off because they're doing it like this. And you can do that if you want, but it ain't efficient. So here, hinge back. Do not be, I see this a lot too, like bad form. Like, pull your core in and push your hips back. You don't have to be super low to the ground, but right there. All right, last one is going to be seated bent over row if you want to do it on a chair. Bent over row, standing. Just if you were already doing that, or rather do the harder one. Because the chair is nicer to isolate the back, but you don't get the added like lower back work like you are in this one. Now swing up and pull. Don't just pull here, right? And we're gonna start it. Last one. Laura already went, but that's okay.
You can do bands if you need to. So if you want to make it easier, just do 1 foot. Make it harder, do 2. Lay straight back.
And weight-wise, you can use 10s if y'all are like stronger individuals, I would start with 5. Honestly, you don't need a super amount of weight. Go up if it doesn't feel like enough, like 7.5 or 8 pounds. And if you're a guy, you're like, or a woman that weight trains regularly, you know, grab the 15s and go for it. But if you can't have this form, if it's pulling you forward, that might mean, for 1, your core's too weak, or 2, it's too heavy. Would you agree? That's the big thing with bent over row, because like there's no point to do it like this. Like, we want good position. All right, so that's pretty much the workout. Now we got to do a really big cool down. We did a warm up before. Some of you probably missed it. We did for like 3 movements. Increase the blood flow, circulation of the body, warm up the tissues, and I choose the warm up on what muscles we're working. Legs, back, hips, abs, stuff like that. So for the cool down, it's similar. We're gonna do a little yoga flow, very easy, with some stretches, and then that's just gonna bring our heart rate down, because we just don't want to just stop moving. We want to bring it down gradually, just like you warm up gradually. In the simplest of terms.
Yep.
So
arteries expand and dilate.
Just let me get some water real quick. Sorry, guys. I breathed a lot during this because of all the talking. It's weird. Usually I don't talk this much, Laura. You know, like during our sessions one-on-one.
Yeah. It's like
But
training somebody.
let's do it. It's like I'm training a few people, but I love it. So, as far as the cool down, I'm gonna demonstrate real quick. Laura, it's Cobra into downward dog. If y'all are uncomfortable with the Cobra, I'm okay with you skipping it. Just do more of like a hold here into downward dog. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna start here, go up to plank, push back down, but like try to go slow, control that movement. Really push your hips into the ground and your hands just outside your torso, and then just look up a little bit. You're gonna feel a slight stretch of your navel, and that because we're stretching the core. We worked those a lot today. The rectus abdominis. It's actually what it's called. So what we're gonna do is do that, and I'm gonna hold it for 10 seconds, right? And then go back to here, which is table, but only for a sec. Then you go up to plank, and then you go to downward dog. And that basically looks kind of crazy, but you're just hinging back, and you're gonna feel that stretch in your hamstrings. If you were standing, it would kind of be like this. The way you just transition to it, it helps work the muscle groups we all work today, is the hamstrings and stuff. So, you ready? Let's try it. Y'all can do it at your own pace. It's not really timed. I'll just kind of do it 2 more rounds so y'all can see it. So I'm gonna go up to plank. If y'all want to skip the plank, that's fine. But start here then. Push up through. Go slow here. Breathe. 10 seconds. It's a little uncomfortable. I get that because I have a little tightness in my lower back. I biked today and did 2 workouts plus this. I'm not kidding. So, like, if your back's a little tight, you don't have to stay in it as long. Then we want to go up to plank and a downward dog. Hold this for like 15 seconds. If it hurts your hands, go for 5 or 10 second intervals, and then just go back down to table like this. And then rest your hands, because that is a big thing, and I totally understand that, because I do have sensitive wrist too on my left side. But if you can hold it, really challenge yourself, breathe through it, have your head down, more of a neutral position. If y'all don't think yoga is good, that's false. Yoga is one of the best things you can do no matter your age. Flexibility, aerobic and anaerobic work. And just a mental release sometimes. You know what I mean? You want to add to that or no? Like, how do you feel about yoga?
I mixed that one, sorry, buddy.
Well, like yoga, it's a really good workout.
Oh yeah, it's
for
like
flexibility,
slow,
aerobic
movements. That's what's the biggest thing about it, and that works your muscles, that works your flexibility.
This one's awesome. Y'all like this one. Half kneel, but you gotta flex this glute as you lean forward, okay? We're going to stretch the hip flexor here because we use those. I'm going to lean forward, keep your back straight, pulling your abs, but squeeze this glute. Not to be weird, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, I'm going to just pull the glutes in, right? As you're pushing forward, okay? So the stretch is here, but I'm like pulling this glute in the back of this leg, right? And then if you want to go a little deeper, that's okay. And just hold this as long as you want, but I need at least like 15 seconds. Unless it's too much of a stretch, then I need you to come back a little bit. Because you can stretch too far. It's very easy to do that. Come back a little bit, just hold it there. Keep that flex on your glute. Otherwise, it's not going to stretch as much. I'm telling you. It's a really good stretch. Then you can switch. Take a breath in between. Right? Sorry if I got out of camera for you, Laura. I didn't realize I was for a sec.
I'm in pain, okay? I'm in pain. I can't talk anyway.
Oh, wait, no. Everything physically good, or you're just out of breath?
I'm out of breath.
Okay,
I
good.
can feel it.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure I didn't, aggravate anything, because it was a good workout today. Intense. All right, so we got to do, I usually have us do that twice. But we're just going to do it once today, just because I feel like we held it long enough. And then this is a really cool one too, and then we got one more after it, okay? Stick with me, y'all. Adductor stretch, inner the leg. You're going to lean this way, bend this leg a little bit, and then just have a light stretch here. Do not go too far because it's going to be really intense. And I'm pushing my hips back on that leg that's bending, not like forward, okay? And we're going to hold that for like 10 seconds. This was a better angle, so I wanted to show you that. And then we're going to change sides. And if you're feeling a little like you don't have good balance, like in this position, just go a little wider. You don't have to go as deep that way anyways. It's going to feel, I feel it right away. So as long as y'all are like mimicking my position, you're going to have a little stretch there. Do not go too much, otherwise you got to back up a little bit. All right, then we're going to go into child's pose. This is the last one. I usually end most of my workouts this way. My clients would know that. And when I do a modified version of a child's pose, I have my hands out in front. Y'all can do the regular one if you want. 2 breaths before you go into it, and I'm going to push back. This is regular child's pose. Try to get as far as you can. If you can't get all the way there, that's okay. And then I'm going to fall into the modified one. You want to go, see if you can get your forearms down and your head down in between them. And this is where we're going to hold it for a longer period of time and just really get y'all's heart rate to go down. Okay? Let's try it. And, to get in that position, I started here, if y'all missed it. And I pushed back. And you can drop to here if that's fine for you. But what I do is just drop here, and I get a little bit lower. It gives me a little bit more of a stretch here in the middle of my back. Okay? If y'all have a fitness watch or something as your heart rate, if you're up towards, around 130 or 120 when we're finishing the workout, this is supposed to bring us back down to a closer to a warming up / just starting type of area, like anywhere from 85 to 110 beats per minute, trying to get our temperature down, our heart rate down, and get back to like homeostasis basically. So this really helps that. You can do it twice if you still feel like you need to cool down more, or do another stretch. That's pretty much going to be it. I'm just going to do this one more time just because I feel like I need it. If it's not comfortable for y'all, you don't have to do it. I can give you tips on something else or how to make it more comfortable. So, do any of y'all have questions? I'm probably gonna let Laura go, and then I'll take some questions and stuff. Oh, CA season. Do you have any questions, Laura? Okay. Well, I'll let you go because I know I kept you a long time.
I didn't notice. No,
Well, it wasn't like terrible. It's actually we're right under an hour, and that's what I wanted. So.
Good. I didn't notice. My clock doesn't work in here anymore. It's
Oh.
okay.
All right. Well,
All right.
I'm gonna message you right after this. And yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Get some foam rolling in. Get some protein in.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So if y'all have questions, I can take some questions. If not, I would recommend watching this video. If you go to my Twitch channel, I mean for y'all, for the newer people at least, if you go to my channel and you go to the video section, there's like home, about me, stuff like that, and there's like videos. Go to the video one and just click on this one. It's the only one that says workout because the rest of them are video games. So you can look at those too. Those are sweet. But and then you can like skip forward and stuff to the parts if you like missed half of it. You can scroll through it, the beginning, and get the warm up in, because I don't recommend working out, like doing that workout without warming up for at least 5 minutes. 10 minutes is like really good. And the same thing, do not skip the cool down. That's the only thing I ask. Like, please do not skip those things. You can do more stretches at the end. Usually I do like a hamstring stretch, but we did downward dog and stuff. So I did more of a dynamic stretch or cool down. Besides that, thank you, Mom. Thanks for tuning in. I'm still on the road to affiliate, everybody. So y'all just really bumped me up. This is the most viewers I've had on any of my videos. I think the most I ever had was 7. So thanks y'all for tuning in. A couple shout outs. I think I'm saying it right. Cordelia. Let's see here. Check her out. She's pretty cool. Death Eater, my boy. Death Eater's a really good content creator. He plays a cool game. I forget what it's called. Medieval? Maybe he can tell me. Thank you for the wonderful workout. When's the next class? Yes! That's Jill. What's up, Jill? I hope it wasn't like I didn't do anything that made anybody uncomfortable either. That's the toughest thing, is like when you're doing stuff like this, like I can't see your guys' form, so I hope that my cues and stuff were good. It's gonna be, I'm probably just gonna start it once a week. I might be doing it twice a week in the future, but next week is just gonna be once. Just cause like I'm doing a lot of other stuff and I gotta prepare for it and like write good workouts that I think everybody can do it from a general standpoint. And the coaching cues and whatnot, it's like some background work, but I do want to do it twice a week eventually. Okay. So, let's see. I just gotta do a couple shout outs. Let's see. Big Daddy Laz, my boy. Smokey, aka Travis. Thank you, Jill. And Paige, thank you so much. But yeah, check out my friends there. If y'all have any questions, you can message me on here. It's like called a whisper. Actually, that would be what I would recommend if you don't have my number. If you have questions or you want like a copy of the workout or something, because like it's free and stuff. So yeah, I will let y'all go. I'm planning next Tuesday, probably. It depends. I'm gonna try to do it with different people if they're down, so I'm just kind of working that out. So I'll let y'all know individually, because I have a list of people who are in the chat and stuff. So thank y'all so much. Y'all are the best, like seriously. Is peanut butter jelly time? I do recommend getting some like a little bit of water in, maybe even having a light shake. I know it's kind of late for dinner, So have like a light shake, or a Greek yogurt would be good, just not a lot of excess sugar, but you do need a little bit of sugar after working out to get that glucose back in. Thank you, babe. Thanks, Paige. That's P. Michelle. Appreciate it. I think that's it. Get enough sleep.
And drink water.
And yeah, definitely drink water. And have a good breakfast tomorrow, for sure. A lot of people don't think about that kind of stuff, but you want to have a good breakfast after a good workout. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.